Welcome back to Club Grandviews for the 2023-24 New South Wales State over 40 pairs finals. We're down to the semi-final. We're 3 bowls into our first end between Yamber and Corrimal, which is the male model from Maclean, Jason Pinnock, and Glenn Dixon. And they're up against Timmy Kavanagh and John Hills. Andrew Lynn of Bowls New South Wales here with Benny Crickstalitis, Mr. Two Shoes himself.
Yeah, welcome everyone. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited for this one, and I've already been told to calm down a little bit because 2 of my good mates are playing in this game, and a strong start for them. For I think it was Jason Pinnock moved the jack.
Well, we got a little bit of a rivalry in the commentary box here too.
Oh yeah,
it's your mate Dicko and former workmate Jason, and Hillsy, a former club mate of mine.
And a former club mate of mine technically as well. He's an ex-Husky bowler as well.
And Timmy Kavanagh, I played against those guys in Pennants this year.
So yeah, it's a zone 16 versus, I don't even know what zone Yamber's in.
1.
Well, zone 1.
So Yamber at the mouth of the Clarence River. Beautiful area, known for its prawn trawlers.
Oh yeah,
fishing,
seafood, mate. Yep, absolutely.
Beautiful spot. Plenty of former Illawarra players retired up into that area.
Yeah, so we didn't miss the results by much at the end of the live stream, but those last 2 games, the one that on the next rink, I can tell you Soldiers Point, got through just on the last end. They were probably a bit lucky to get through in the end.
A couple behind with 2 to go, scored to get it within 1 and then picked up a 3 on the last end to book their place in the semi-final against Dorso and Bones, Nathan Dawson and Simon Mitchell from Club Maitland City taking on Warren Shipley and Terry Antrim. And they're playing their first end as well. Terry Antrim's just sat Nathan Dawson's bowl to make shot. A big shout out of thank you to Club Grandviews and the entire team here. They've been spectacular hosts. Facilities are fantastic. Here on Forest Road in Peakhurst.
Yeah, it's my first time here, surprisingly, and one of my, clearly up there amongst the best clubs in the state here at Grandviews. A bit of a powerhouse. They love their bowls, support their bowlers really well. It's great to see. Brilliant club. So, Wonder Yamber here still at the moment. I can tell you now that I went and spoke to the players after their last games, and the Yamber boys, Jason Pinnock reckons he played 2/3 of the game terribly, and his first third was great. But Glenn Dixon is absolutely on fire at the moment.
I thought I smelled smoke.
Playing really well. Lots of support for Yamber on the feed straight away, and interestingly, a lot from the South Coast guys, not just Yamber. I know Yamber's got a tournament on at the moment, and the other thing I know that is they do have this on the big screen there. So hello everyone at Club Yamber, Yamber Bowling Club. I hope you're having a great time at your tournament, and I hope you're watching this intently as your 2 bowls organisers go at it.
And a big shout out to for next weekend. We have not quite 300 pairs, but close to it.
Nearly.
Competing in the rookies pairs qualifying next weekend right around the state. And I mention that because Timmy Kavanagh actually played in the rookie state finals a few years ago, maybe quite a few years ago. But it's great to see that rookies lead in be a great stepping stone for those new to the game, playing against their peers to leap upwards. And it's amazing how many people involved in the rookies at one stage are now leading the way at their clubs, not only in playing but also in admin and volunteering and driving their clubs forward.
And here's the thing, everyone, in case you didn't believe it, there's Glenn Dixon using technology to score the game.
So before anyone jumps on and says, why has he got his phone on the green? There is a wonderful app called the BowlsLink scoring app, which is on the phones. Because we've linked the players, they have that app available to them to score their game, and not only available, mandatory.
Mm-hmm. And it's worked really well. We've had very few little glitches, and most of them we think were operator error more than the system itself. And it's making our lives easy. It's why the score on your screen exists. That comes straight out of the Bowls live scoring app, and you can follow all this. I'll do my due diligence straight away and put the link to that where the scores are straight away in the in our link. I think this is the correct one, so you can follow along. So that's there now. Now I have restricted our comment section to so that no one except us can post links. However, the only links you should be following come directly from us. If they come from anyone else and they start asking you for money, then that's not us, and you need to back out very quickly. So a 2 to start for Yamber there. A good way to kick off.
If anyone wants to donate some money, you can donate at the staff Christmas fund.
Yeah,
so far I've got 5 cents that I picked up in the car park. No, look, in all seriousness, we don't ask for any money for our live streams. It's a service.
No,
and we don't want you to be ripped off. And, well, Jason Pinnock looking after his mate.
Oh, yeah, he's got one short, one long, and one in the middle. And pretty good leading there from the Corrimal lead as well.
Timmy Kavanagh.
Yep.
He's got a couple there or thereabouts. One at the back.
Yeah, as we were saying in the last one, if you can't get close, get back.
Benny's worked out what I was just fishing around for.
I saw him digging around for a cord.
Power cable for my PC. Not that it's going to run out in the next second or two, but it won't last all day.
That's it. We got a pretty nifty setup here for our live streams, and allows us to have. Looks really technical. People come up and get surprised. Like Glenn Dixon, just continuing that amazing form back into this. So streaming here from Rink 8 this morning, the final this afternoon. Whichever two teams make it through will be from Rink 9, which is over to the middle. And well, I can tell you, we sing about it a fair bit, and Club Grandview's hosting this is lovely. Yeah, we sing about the clubs that host, but this is a genuinely good club here at Grandviews, and these greens. Well, look, I knew their reputation for it. Again, it's my first time here, but they've been really showing off. Good club here at Grandviews. Now, Crab in the house. Nathan Bazan, I knew we'd be watching this. We were speaking about you last night. Good mate of Glenn Dixon's. Down there at Berry, another really good club. Actually, I recommend getting there. They actually wear one of the better uniforms I've seen getting around. They're black and white, the Magpies. But yeah, I do. It's one of the reasons I joined that club. It's just on the other side of an hour from me. It's a bit far away.
You just love any team in black and white.
Oh, get that. That's a horrible thing to say.
Yamber staking their claim early. Hillsy, he's got one of them.
Probably two there for.
He would have been hoping for just a little
just the one
piece of that blue bowl to get them both.
Or even Jack through a little bit. He had the right weight just to move Jack through to the back where they had three. But very good. Played the right shot, played it fairly well, just missed out. Saved one though.
Both skippers standing well off the centre line. The threats are what I'd say about their posteriors maybe bringing in their ears.
It's right there. No one's standing in front of the cameras this time. We had a little bit of it last game, but this time they definitely not.
Hillsy did apologise in advance because he said he does get wrapped up and he wants to see where the bowl goes. He'll probably stick his head in the way a couple of times. So there's an apology in advance from John.
And all the Yamber guys said is they're going to play up to the cameras, and especially the male model from McLean there. If he plays a good shot like that, good start. Little touch, rolled on through. We're talking about where that nickname came from. It came from Kyle Langley, of all people. Who was an RBM as well at the RBM conference.
It's wrong on too many levels because it's not even McLean, it's McLean.
McLean there, but he's sorry, but he plays out of Yamber. He's pretty good looking though.
He just needs to slide past Tim Kavanagh's bowl. He gets more than one clap, so it's a decent bowl. Hillsy tells Tim to change hands, that one right in the draw line. And the reason I say more than one clap, our mate Lee Stinson said the clap of death when the skip gives one clap only. That's not a good sign. I'll attribute that to Lee anyway. It could have been somebody else. That is a very good effort from Tim Kavanagh. I think he's actually fallen in for shot there off that front bowl. Just puts the test back to Jason. And when they start to do the penguin or the flip, you know their bowl's no good. You know what I mean by the penguin? Mate?
Nope, no idea.
The hands just come out from the side like that and just flick a little bit. You know that's no good.
I don't like that. I do that all the time. That's a bit of self-discovery there. Thanks for that. I'll think about that.
Well, the flip, just the two hands go up, it's like Corey Wedlock does the penguin when he's not liking them.
Oh, that's running a little bit through those.
He just pinched his grass and ran on. Tim represented Zone 16 in the last Inter-Zone Sides Championship up at Club Maitland City. May have been a little bit of a surprise selection to many in the side, but we got to see him play, and he played brilliantly on our live stream game. Well and truly stated that he was deserving of his spot. So,
yeah, put the doubters to rest.
Oh, Dick out. He's actually kept both eyes open there. Got his mate's interest. One roll.
Kick. Oh, I don't know.
He might have rolled it too far.
Having a close look. Up.
Well, Tim tells Hillsy he thinks they have shot. He's going to play the forehand, just try and draw down to that, what do we call it, white and blue?
Yeah, well, white, ice-coloured. I've got a thing for you here. Tom Rich and Travis Moran have jumped on, and congratulations to both those lads. Travis Moran and Tom Rich both gold in the boys' fours, or the under-18 fours.
That's gold from Hilsey.
Yeah, that is gold from Hilsey.
Maybe not quite the gold we're talking about there, but...
And a bit of bronze there for Travis Moran in the boys' pairs with Jacob Aiken. And Tom Rich did something else too. I think got a silver in the triples. So, yeah, congratulations to those lads, and we're glad you're here watching it. I hope you're celebrating in one of the great cities on earth over in Western Australia. Too bad you have to be north of the river. I'm a south of the river lad mostly. So.
Well, they might be in the airport waiting to come home now.
Oh, maybe.
We knew that one was no good because Dicko's eyes went down to the grass and then up to the sky, anywhere but where the bowl was going.
Yeah, that's right.
I think he's going to actually ignore the jack now. He's looking to just get the best to the tee and cover the back as well.
No, they're all sitting in the airport watching. Tim Thorning's online too now, but yeah, he's dropped that one back.
Yeah, we flew them in for an arrival early the day before, and they fly out the day after, so they're a very quick trip.
No, I'm enjoying this because Dicko just said he's going to have a run at it. It's not a quick run. It looks like fair line. Get there.
He's calling it the hold.
Oh, that was really close.
Well, he's hit it.
Wow, Mick DePray's here watching as well from Zone 7.
The Silver Fox. They are on their way to the airport. President of Zone 7 isn't the Silver Fox?
He is.
He's watching on for his former zone members.
Yeah, one of them, yeah. And the zone next door, Zone 16 with Corrimal.
Well, he'd also know the two lads from Corrimal. The Fox was an Illawarra member for many, many years.
I knew that. And something I will say, we were talking earlier about Berry's uniform. Have a look at Corrimal. It's a flush-looking rig as well. I like that. I had not as much red as no, not enough red. Here we go. Probably played that pretty cautiously by the looks, and smart because it's a couple.
A little conference. What length do you reckon? Well, Jason's not going to give it up without a little fight.
Good on him. Yep.
Then he goes, you know what? I can't be bothered bending over for that. I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. The old, if you want it, you come and get it scenario. So just keeping you up to date next door. Looks like Soldiers Point 3 to Maitland City 1 after 3 ends over there. And I think here we're Yamber's 3 and Corrimal's 2. They're not actually updating the live scoreboard here all that often by the looks, every second end, but it'll go up on the live scores on your screen and on the live scoring app.
He's just turning the big numbers over.
Very good.
On the new scoreboards here at Grandviews, Dave was telling us he got some really big numbers, and they are fantastic scoreboards.
Oh, I think they're great.
Stainless steel frame. Numbers nice and big and easy to read.
So while I'm here and we're watching early in the game on the fourth end, I'll just want to speak to you about something big that's coming up later in the year between the 8th and the 10th of November.
What is it?
The Members Conference. So, thank you for that. We have a member conference happening. It's just a 3-day festival of bowls. It's going to be fantastic. The days themselves will keynote speakers like John Eales and technical masterclasses by Karen Murphy. I'll be doing some Bowls Link training. I think it's even being live streamed. Looking at this, that's on day one, and you've got some umpire's update to do.
A little bit about officiating and.
Yep, exactly right. And then
that's a great bowl that we need to see on the screen.
Oh yeah, is it not on the screen? My apologies. They've gone back further than I wanted.
Nathan was saying, will there be live streaming at the South Pacific this year? I don't know. That depends on Zone 16. So Illawarra Zone 16 run the South Pacific in that area.
I'll be playing in it, so I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm pretty sure I'm on leave.
I might be Lee Stinson setting it up then.
Then they won't leave.
Then I'll come and set it up.
If they're asked, then we'll work something out about the leave.
That's right. If they ask, I'll set it up, and we'll just ask the Zone to bring us some commentators. Won't be that hard. But yeah, the conference itself, the unification update, as I'm looking through the web page now, there's a panel discussion with Bowls Australia CEO, so that'll be Matt Kennedy coming up, and the CSMs, one of which you're watching on the live stream now, is just about to put his bowl down. And then there's a social drinks, networking, and a partner expo. So we'll have P&O cruises there, and Keno and a few other people as well. So look, get on down to that, book your tickets through the Bowls New South Wales website, and we'll see you there for a festival of bowls at Caravale Diggers.
What about the partners for that, P&O Cruises?
Yeah, they've got a sale for bowlers at the moment. What else have we got? There's accommodation offers. The website shows you everything you need, so it's going to be really quite amazing, actually.
You can also book your ticket for the annual awards
that night as well.
Presentation, which is part of that festival. A number of bowlers of the year awarded, the female, the male, senior, male and female, junior.
So looking at this here, the Corrimal's got the advantage, but the crumbs there for Jason Pinnock at the back.
Hilsey on a decent line, just needs to get a little work around this.
Ooh, well, it's ended up in a good home, I can tell you now. If you're going to not move it, he's lining up on his backhand. Or did I get that wrong? No, he's thrown it pretty hard. He lined up straight.
Yeah, well, he's close, but no banana.
Well, there's still a puddle there of Yamber bowls.
So Hilsey, I think what he'll be looking to do is play that forehand again. I don't think he'll be upset with his weight. Just wants to be just around Tim's bowl and draw just to sit inside those three waiting, lurking catches. If he happens to run into Tim's, he's going to draw this cold. Now he wants to sit in front.
Yeah, and he has.
Unfortunately, though, he's just crossed the line. For him, he didn't want to cross the line because that's now the same shot available for Dicko.
And a slightly bigger target.
He gives that bowl a whack. That jack is coming probably not quite the line perfectly, but pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think he threw it. Put that down on the well. He wouldn't be stoked with that. He's got one left to go, though.
Well, one thing, it is the tough shot on this to play that sort of weight just for a little crack and egg, because you are getting that much turn. Your margin for error is not quite as slender as you would hope.
That's an important bowl.
Yeah, it's not quite exactly where he liked, but not too bad. A chance here for Dicko. He's got could be a few down.
Oh, he's 4 down now.
And he's overcorrected one of them.
And just pushed on through. Yeah, if you're going to drop him, dropping him early is the way. So that should put Corrimal 3 up now. Yep, 6-3.
And what's my mantra?
I don't know.
Numbers hurt.
Big numbers do hurt, yep. You've got several mantras.
Make sure my tea's strong.
And big cup.
Bucket.
So these are 18 end games. 2.25 hour time limited, even in the finals. Had someone ask that question earlier.
No, same rules whole way through. Doesn't change, start to finish. I don't think the 2.25 hours is going to matter.
No, it hasn't so far, not at all.
So it's just before 1:15, about 1:13, I think it is. We sent him out a couple of minutes early.
We'll sort that out. Looking over there at the other semi, it's 4-1 to Soldiers Point at the moment after 4 ends. According to that score, I'll just see if the live scoring app agrees with me. It does, so that's good. Dylan Essex, thanks mate, says he's loving the coverage. I'm glad you are. Your mate, he'd be a fan of Dicko too. He's Dylan down at Milton Ulladulla. Looking forward to seeing you next time I see you, Dylan. We'll be rivals. I'm playing you in the zone singles shortly. Next week, I think. Week after, I can't remember. Good shot there.
Timmy Kavanagh drops in for the shot. Tammy Hills says go Corrimal.
Yeah, good. I'm glad we're getting some Zone 16 love on there as well.
Well, I'm pretty sure Tammy is John's ever-loving.
Oh, good. Oh, here he comes. Didn't get a little slide off the front. Jason Pinnock better at the back, though. Taking some big breaths. He's not happy with the way he's playing at the moment, Jace. We were talking about that at the end. He said, as I mentioned, started well and then lost it. Might be in his own head a bit. No such problems here. There goes Jack. Oh, how far is he pushing it? Let's have a look. Fair way back.
Hilsey's also part of another bowling dynasty family that are well known in, well, Zone 8 and Zone 7 as the Chalkers.
Oh. I just have a stop there for a second and just say I think Pinnock's got the shot there.
They do. Tim's just trailed that a little too far.
Just
It's to pop back.
Yeah, I heard the skipper yell, stay with it, and he didn't quite. Yeah, the Chalker family, talking about John Chalker down south.
Yep.
Now, John Chalker's making a bit of a name for himself down there as a Bowlslink legend. He's a part of the zone match committee down there, and he's a gun at Bowlslink. And if he's watching, a big shout out to you, John. Make my life very easy.
I'm glad you got in and said with Bowlslink and whatever else before I had the rapid fire get myself in trouble comment.
Go Corrimal from Ferry Meadow. That's Gerard McGee. Dylan saying can't wait to see the big white jacks coming down. Dylan doesn't know that I've changed to black bowls.
Hillsy backhand. I think he's just trying to draw here, but he's got the advantage that he's got a little bit of leeway for error, but he's got his own bowls to turn up, but unfortunately not the error that he's just made there. He's way under the line. Oh, he's turned it over. Has he turned it enough?
We'll find out.
Kyle Langley says that
no.
Triple M's always better at the back end. The back end of what, a semi-trailer? If you're the driver.
Kyle, of course, giving him that nickname. Bless him.
Oh, I think he's got this one better pointed.
Where's
Contact on his own should make sure it's shot, maybe even enough to give him 2.
Well, yeah.
Don't know. I think probably it's just the one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for... Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the shot to play around that side, just to rest that multicoloured bowl at the back. all his chances are there. He's running some pretty narrow bowls, these dark blue ones. Probably the narrowest. I mean, this is going to turn, but they're probably the narrowest bowls I've seen on the greens this weekend.
With Jason, you could call him an M&M. He's sort of that sort of shape of the
my goodness,
the characters on the ad.
Let's just leave that alone.
I think I'm in desperate need of the holiday I've got booked next week somehow, mate.
That's right. You're heading up north, aren't you?
I'll be up.
Are we going to tell everyone where you're going?
Even further,
you might get mobbed.
Even further than the guys from Yamber.
Nice.
Visiting family for a few days.
All right. Glenn on his backhand. He's watching it intently, trying to guide it through with the force. By the looks, wants it to turn. He's pretty keen. Through to the ditch.
To be one to Corrimal. I've got some very strenuous exercises lined up for the next few days. Swim in the pool, a game of Scrabble or two with my mum, and there might be a little bottle of Jim Beam sitting there that I bought last time we were up there that my brother-in-law might have just one out of or two.
So Liam Dunn here saying, go the Cougars, bring it home, Timmy and Hilsey. Yeah, big semi-final here. They've got the advantage at the moment, 4 shots up. We've seen some really seesawing games played, but look, these Corrimal boys have had quite a run through to the finals themselves. They've been playing really well. Yeah, Tim is starting to really dial this in. Jason's got to pick his game up to match him, not leave all the work for Dicko to do.
So I'll just report there that Ben has said you've left your game.
Politely.
We're in the fortunate situation here. We've got 4 teams here. I wouldn't be unhappy to see players from each of those teams win this event. So.
Yeah, good people and good players everywhere.
Except Shippo. Look, there's people here I've known for a long time and pretty good people.
Oh, that's another well-positioned bowl.
And Timmy Kavanagh is one of those guys. He's really hard to play against because he's such a nice guy.
Oh, really?
You know, you're playing against someone and you think, if he beats me, I'm not unhappy. You think, that's horrible.
Really want to beat him, yeah. We've got a good amount of people here again online. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here on this coverage. I know it's Bathurst Day as well, so have your TV on with Bathurst and us on your devices. Around the clubs, I know that the clubs that are looking, have players in this. Corrimal, Yamber definitely has it on the big screen, and their big tournament happening there as well. We're glad you're here and we're glad you're watching. Keep up the comments. We've got a bit of an advantage today. There's no New South Welsh bowlers in the Nationals in the live stream. It's just Queensland versus WA, the first game, so we shouldn't lose too many. Kyle Langley asking, shouldn't Shippo be in the veterans or the seniors? Maybe the super vets. He's not that old yet. Oof. Jeez, he's done pretty well there too. Positioned it well. He's not happy with himself, but he's...
Again, that's probably something... I'm not going to comment on Chippo's eligibility for anything because I've stirred him enough already.
Oh, no, look, they've had another team, probably the team that had the cleanest run through to the finals was Soldiers Point, won all their games and won them with a big margin. Had an up and down game in the quarterfinal.
Should have won it, should have lost it, and then won it.
Yeah, exactly right. It was all over the place. And
they were well ahead before Butters and Sean just clawed their way up the top, and then the wheels fell off for St Johnny's.
Yeah, just that I watched that last end. It was unfortunate I think in the end, to be in the position like Soldiers Point put down some brilliant bowls and were so well positioned that it would have been, just a bit. I don't know. It was heavy shots to win it. That was all they had.
Well, Dicko's under the pump here. Corrimal holding that's at least 2, possibly 3, and he's just going to shave the outside.
He was close.
It's one of these sort of nondescript heads where there's good solid bowls, but nothing that you go, wow, that is superb. That's probably an indictment of how good the competition is.
Kyle Langley with the zingers today. Poor Shippo. I hope he watches this back. On the live stream, if you're looking at the chat. Oh, Glenn on the attack, rushing through there.
At least he said that, and they're not quite sure when the lab manufactured him.
Shippo getting some...
He's looking over here, and he knows we're making jokes at his expense.
We're trying not to distract. You can't hear us, it's all right. But Mark Conway giving Shippo and Terry a bit of love there. Good on him too.
Well, Mark, one of those people from that area bounded by the Central Coast and North Coast and the Hunter to the west that are perhaps the most parochial people you will ever meet, called people from Newcastle.
Novocastrians. So tell me your story looking at this. You've got 1 bowl left. It's probably 3, maybe 4 down.
Maybe 5.
Maybe. So what do you do?
Backhand draw. You've got a whole big bunch there that are just about jack high. You're going to be confident, but not... You possibly could go big at it and hope to get a whole heap of them.
Yeah, big is what he's... Oh, dear. Big is what he was aiming at.
But if you're going to go big on this green, go straight.
Yep. Straight and fast.
So that is a killer blow.
That hurts.
That's a big number. Hard station, all bowls pretty close. Wouldn't like to be skipping that. Well, we did say they were good bowls without being that mind-blowing Nicky Brett. That is just ridiculous bowl, if you know what I mean.
Look, Alistair, we're hard taskmasters. We're sitting here in our comfy chairs behind the TV screens, being critical. You're right. They would. I can't argue. Happy to say that I'm a low-grade nobody.
Look, I haven't played a bad bowl for about 6 months.
Really?
Haven't played a bowl for about 6 months. I'm always working. And if the albatross was watching on, he'd say, no, it was only 3 months ago you played a bad bowl because we played the pairs then.
I just made a point, say hi also to Andrew Howie, who's just tuned in. He's a man that's probably one of the busiest blokes getting around at the moment with the Nationals happening over there, but glad you've taken the time to have a look, mate.
Well, what is it about the name Andrew? You must be a fantastic bowls organiser if you've got the name Andrew.
Oh, Andrew Howie out there, one of the best bowls events organisers in the country. He's or not just bowls events organised in the country, sports events. He's a remarkable man. Living the good life up there on the Gold Coast.
His partner can't seem to lose a game either. Kelsey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Timmy, that's a good bad bowl.
Yeah.
And a little wry smile there. He's look. I like the attitude there from Tim. He's having a laugh about it.
Well,
there's no point in getting upset. That's the good positive attitude.
Yeah, you're right. He's enjoying himself. Remembers what this is about.
And I reckon this green has dried out completely now, or pretty much as it's going to. We've had that little breeze, a little bit of sun. It's not hot. But there was a bit of dew this morning, so that turn is coming back. And you can see that. We've got a lot of bowls cutting the head now. A little bit quicker. And you'll see this one as it gets to the last 2 or 3 feet. Oh, just to tell me a lie, but he has cut the head.
He has cut the head, yeah. It's Alistair Kennedy saying he's done a lot of commentary also, and he's like us, he's never thrown a bad bowl. I'm going to tell you, Alistair, that I have. Never in a roll up though. Here we go. That's better by Jason Pinnock. That's more like what we saw from him in the initial rounds in the sectional play.
Although I have had a few times where I went, well, I'm not really sure why they're playing that hand. I can see 3 or 4 options on the other, and it's bang, oh, that's why they're playing that hand. That was a great result.
Yeah, I enjoy that one, yeah. They see it differently to us, clearly.
And look, some of the great players have said there is no wrong shot. Sometimes there's better options, but the best shot to play is the one that you're confident you can play, because if you're not confident you can play it, you won't.
The best shot to play is the heavy one.
So we have 1-2 Yamber at present. John Hill's just getting that one in behind. I think Hillsy will stick with the draw with the next one.
Oh, Glenn Dixon, that wasn't too bad either.
Well, just ran through and cut the head a little. So I just think this green's just picked the pace up a little bit.
Actually, that was the consensus even at the end of the last game from most of the players I spoke to, that it changed. It got quicker quite quickly once it that little bit of dew we spoke about left. The breeze just helped it dry out, and when it dried out quickly.
Well, I think we've got a little more speed to get actually as well. Looking at the green, we don't have that shiny appearance at the moment. Still looks like a well-kept carpet.
Yeah, probably about 3/4 cloud cover as well. So,
and there's what I expected. The question: how many seconds? I think it's just 1.
2 seconds.
No, 2 seconds. Yeah, I think that's a good call, but that's a better question.
So while they talk about it next door, they're 6-2 at the moment. Soldiers point up after 7 ends. They're flying through the ends, but they are doing shorter ends as well, by the way.
So Hillsy positive here. He's wheeling it on. A little touch here is huge. Oh.
Yeah, I thought that had run on. Maybe yesterday afternoon it would have. But that you're talking about that extra shine.
Just hasn't quite got that sheen to it at the moment.
So it was a little wobbly out of Glenn's hand. It's not going to make it, I don't think. But I'd say that looks like 1 to Yamber, and hopefully a bit of confidence for him. We want to see a tight game here. Well,
seeing John's face there, he sort of gives a little, oh, gee, I wish I'd given that one.
Yeah, just a little extra
that little
kick.
more hope.
So Jason's brought the mat up a little bit.
Like the artistic zoom in as he's delivering there, Ben.
I wasn't touching it. It just did it itself.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Camera.
There.
Thank you, Mr. Camera. That was awesome.
Just occasionally the zoom just keeps going.
It did make me look good. As we look at those white lines, the white center line really stands out on these pretty spectacular greens at the moment. The breeze hasn't changed much at all. It's still in the same direction, coming pretty much directly across the green from the left-hand side of the camera now. Or no, actually, I'm looking at the wind. Oh, the windsock's stuck on the shade there, so that's not going to tell me anything. But the answer is just not much. Yeah, well done. Well, he's again. I saw it a bit. You see it so much when we're doing these live streams, and the amount of games we've seen. The lead is so important, and the games where the lead is winning are the games that generally the whole team will win, no matter what position. What type of competition, pairs, triples, fours. But Jason Pinnock there playing an absolute ripper. It's very exciting. Robin McPherson, go Yamber, Yahoo Yamber. So I had this pointed out to me earlier by Andrew. Yahoo was coined by Jonathan Swift in the 4th section of Gulliver's Travels. First time it was ever used, and it was used to name the filthy and unpleasant people with people in them. Yahoos as filthy and unpleasant habits, a brute in human form. Brilliant.
Yeah, we actually can't mention some of the things I've been told that Yahoo did because we're G-rated.
Brilliant. Jason Pinnock, he's found it all of a sudden. He's back up and about.
That was more of a yeehaw than a Yahoo, that one. However, the other meaning of Yahoo is to shout or call out from the Native Americans, apparently. Just looking at the etymology of it there. Like a wolf's howl.
Yep.
Contact would be good. Oh, he
just the jack
clean. Through. And the Cougar Gallery has taken over the balcony over here. They're very happy with that one. Corrimal, of course, one of the northern suburbs of Wollongong City Council.
Mm. That's a great place, Corrimal. I love Corrimal.
You go from Wollongong, you go North Wollongong, Fairy Meadow, and Corrimal.
So Alistair Kennedy here saying, just in the live stream, because I like the content, Big Gary Kelly resides over in Oz. He has a nickname Sharp. Sharpie or just Sharp?
Sharp.
Yep. Gave him that because he was always late. Lifted him Wednesday nights for Irish practice back in the day. Guy's a massive team man, a great fella. But I tell you that Gary Kelly's actually just got his Australian citizenship just recently as well. Got his certificate. So welcome.
He's a dual citizen.
So Glenn Dixon, after that brilliant shot by Tim, is
drawing the shot
away from it.
Hilsey was maybe looking for it.
Yeah, looking. You can still see out there. There's all the Corrimal bowl, so he's got that tactically. And Dicko again playing down onto Jason's bowls here by the looks.
Clips that nicely. It'll run right in.
That's exactly what's happened. So,
but it's exposed the jack.
Oh, but he's also put Jason back onto the jack. That is a toucher. Just calling for an open draw, yeah.
Well, good thing for Hilsey here is he can afford to be just that fraction tight. He can reach. He's got two bowls to just get a little bit of love off, or a little trail that jack.
I don't think this one's going to make it.
Well, it's pretty good. But you're right. It's just run out of steam. May help him with his last bowl.
So Dicko's going to play the interesting backhand here. If he touches that orange one, he's in trouble. He wants to stay wide. So a bit of caution.
Well, he actually wants to be a metre past and cover those two at the back.
He actually does too. My apologies, because I thought the Corrimal boys were out of bowls, but no, there's one left.
Well, here's a chance. He's got it. He can play through that. As Tim said, if you get a little bit of good run, you get both of them, you'll be holding 4. And I know Hillsy doesn't mind an attacking shot. So he'll be punching onto the blue bowl.
That's strong. Oh, just
got one.
Oh, we moved Jace out. So that's another one to Yamber. 2 in a row, just singles.
So Hillsy would have been hoping for a little bit better result, but he'd be happy to get rid of one.
Next door, it's 7-2. The score's not really moving on after a really quick start, but after 8 ends, and it's been mostly, well, it's a low-scoring game. To start with, 9 shots in 8 ends is pretty remarkable, but it's been Soldiers Point 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and the other 2 shots, just singles pretty much everywhere over there. So while the scoreline is, there's a 5-shot difference, it's been pretty tight. In this game, of course, 4-12. I actually don't think that's right. I thought they'd had another one. I thought it was 5-12, but after 7, they haven't updated the score.
Yeah, skippers are doing the scoreboard, so you got to check our scoreboard online rather than...
Oh, that's where I looked.
So, one on the screen says 5.
Oh, no, I have to refresh this.
It's, of course, the one on our live stream screen auto refreshes for us. What we could do, Ben, is we could create another graphics window with an overlay for the other game as well. We could have the other semi-final on the screen. Or am I throwing too much work at you?
No, I'll get that done immediately. You're right. That's exactly what I'll do.
Pop that in bottom right corner or wherever you think's nice. Maybe a little bit smaller, but... Jason lines up on his backhand. He's 1 down. Great bowl from Tim Kavanagh on the centre line, touching the jack. Hillsy will give it a little kiss of chalk. Jason, he's looking for this jack, and he's got the bowl thump. That's actually a really good reply. He'll force Tim Kavanagh to try and plonk another one in there. Just got a little more speed on this one.
Like magic. So on the bottom right hand side you'll see the scores for the other game, so I don't have to keep updating you. Give some credit to Bowls Australia for getting this done. I actually quite like these overlays.
Yeah, they're just a little more elegant than our Google Drive interplay, but...
No, wait till we start playing with the logos and then it'll be brilliant. But as far as it goes right now, we've got 3 here to Yamber. And hoping for a multiple, I think, these lads. These games do get on. 7 shots down. It's an 18-end game. If you're going to come back, you've got to come back quickly. Wow, that just snuck through everything. I didn't see the gap there between the bowl and the jack.
Got the first slide and then it's gone through. I think he'd be actually happy he sat the second one through. Glenn will be looking to add another. This one just looks like it's not got the oomph required.
Not quite there. He needs, looking just to match that orange one up in the end. I won't be happy with that.
Well, I think
That's
he wants
quick.
the white one.
Nice and quick, and
he's
he's nailed it. Oh, he's unlucky.
He has made one, though. They did have 2 seconds before that. He would have been hoping just to run that through clean, stay for 3.
In that case, that's an absolutely brilliant bowl. This looks very narrow from Glenn.
And that is...
Oh, careful. Caution here.
Oh, he's pushed it up for the second. And he just beats Tim's bowl out to the other side, halves that in the jack, he's fine. Nice and positively around the front dross. And he's just gone the very safe line, but it is another 2. So that extends that lead out to 9 shots, halfway through.
Get to 9
9
shots.
in 9.
And we're in scary territory there for now for Yamber.
Well, backhand for Tim. From John's reaction, it's going to be a bit short, and it is.
Yeah, about a metre.
Grass line's okay. Well, Tim is shot. Jason's first effort.
Yeah, Jason's back. He's probably happy with that than he's probably happy with that than the shorter bowl, but that one's better again. Less than a foot behind, just offset.
Still plenty of room to draw.
This looks quick again. Oh, bounced it out a little bit and ran through, not quite.
Yeah, this green, if you don't get your sit in the middle, you're going to run off and keep going.
And Trevor Solomon's saying, yeah, it looks like another cracking day for bowls. It really is, mate. We got just I'd still say about 3/4 cloud cover, maybe 2/3 cloud cover there, but it's just gappy and fine. There's a really light breeze. It's not too hot, and these greens are spectacular.
And for the first time today, we've got strong shadows. Well, the first time I can remember.
I was waiting for the jack. That's right. It's got a little puddle of bowls at the back there, but 2 to Corrimal there.
So we do get a little bit of intensity from the sun. I think we'll pick up a little more pace again.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are in this, what do we call it? I think what we'd call this area is Sydney south-eastern, roughly.
Just straight south, isn't it? I wouldn't know. But
In the Peakhurst area.
Yeah, getting to Peakhurst into Hurstville and that area. Come on down here. Great food here at the club, and just some spectacular bowls as well. And big final coming this afternoon in the over 40s pairs. Yeah, good shooting. Glenn Dixon with some work to do now. 3 down on this. They can't drop a multiple. They wouldn't even want to drop a 1 at this point. And, well, if he hits that orange one and he hasn't, they've got to... Look, there's still a little puddle of bowls there at the moment at the back. They've got to... They want to move Jack into that.
Alistair Kennedy agrees with us. The front end is the engine.
We got next door 8-3 on 10 next door. Soldiers Point kicking away a little bit, one at a time.
Although City's just
1 for them.
Simon's just converted and got him back into the mat control. Dicko, he's ever so slightly overcorrected that one, so it's still 2 or 3. Good call. Get inside that one. You want to count and cover if you can. It looks quick out of the hand.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Just
it is quick out of the hand. About a bowl and a half more than he wanted.
Jeez.
Pretty good.
All right, Glenn, what do you got?
Oh, you don't think he's got anything?
Let's make this interesting, buddy. No, soft.
Well, I think the engine's rattling on that bowl. Oh, it's another strangle. 3 more.
Ouch.
As we come into the back half of the game, it's Corrimal well and truly in command at this point. 12 shots up with 8 ends to go. And the bowls coordinator here at Club Grandviews is Dave Ellis, who done a fair bit of work with over the couple of years. He's had a stint with us at Bowls New South Wales. Juniors run rate theory is once you get to needing to score 1.5 per end, you're in trouble. Because they do now need to get 12 shots back in 8 ends to get square, and that's if they don't drop any ends.
Yeah, big ask.
So even if you pick up 4 2s, you've only got 8, and you lose the other 4 ends, you've only picked up 4 shots at worst, or at best. The trick for Yamber now is they need to string together, I reckon they need to win 3 of the next 4. And the 4th end that they don't win can't drop any more than a 1. So they need to pick up 2 or 3 multiples, 2s, 3s. Just bring that lead back well and truly into single figures. So with 4 ends to go, that they've 2 or 3 behind maybe.
Look, all credit to Tim. He's just led so well for Corrimal at the moment. It's looking tough, really tough for Yammer. Very, very much doable, of course. But
look at it this way: they pick up 3 2s and drop a 1. They're still 18-10 down with 4 to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the math is not good.
They're now got to break it down into smaller portions. So, well, let's win the next 2 ends. Let's get it. Just get the end.
Rushing, bit of overcorrection, and that is in usually just looking at Jason there walking away. He's pretty frustrated, and the way these bowls are going down for him is a reflection of that, I think. Yeah, well done. Once again, 3 pretty good bowls, crossing a bit, which is interesting.
Yeah, sun's coming out, so you might find the grass has just reacted a little bit to the sun. Tiffy. It will change a little according to the sun conditions.
Jeez, Jace, he'll be so frustrated that he can't do that 3 times. He's done well. He's got shot. Alistair Kennedy saying, how warm is it here? I'd say mid-20s at the moment.
I don't think it's even that. I'm still with a jacket
20s.
on.
Yeah, I'm still wearing a jumper. You're right. Early 20s. Maybe in the sun it's a bit warmer. Yeah, it says 21 right now. It actually says that was meant to be the maximum too, so we're going to shoot past that. It's not even close to the hottest part of the day yet.
And if you're one of the people who's left it to the last minute to enter the state mixed pairs, entries officially close tomorrow night.
What does that mean? That means that if you want to get in contact with us because you're having trouble, we're getting a lot of people saying warnings saying they're not financial, and that means that your details haven't been updated by your club. That's the most of the phone calls I've been getting this week, and I'm sure you too, Andrew.
So you're tied up tomorrow, though, aren't you?
Just most of the morning. I'll be free in the afternoon.
So try emailing bowlslink@bowlsnsw.com.au if you've got that issue.
Or get onto your club managers and get them to make sure that your details are updated. If you are financial, if you think you're financial and it's telling you you're not, there's a good chance that you're... And
there's another trick. If you're trying to enter through the BowlsLink system, which you have to do, and you're not clicking link member on your entry, you will come up as unfinancial.
That's right. And the easy way to fix that, if you don't know how to do it, there's actually a video now on the Bowls New South Wales YouTube page that I made up that you can follow to show exactly how to do that.
Worst comes to worst, call the office tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly right.
There will be somebody there who can help you, but it won't be me.
That's right. So I'm tied up all morning doing BowlsLink training with Zone 16, but from about 2 o'clock onwards I may be able to help. No, you'll be on leave. You lucky man.
So the other thing you need to jump on the Bowls New South Wales website for is to check out all about the member conference.
Oh, yeah.
And with John Eales, a keynote speaker, and the great Karen Murphy, OAM, or is it AM?
AM.
AM. An interesting fact about Karen, she's the most capped Australian sports person of any sport.
Absolutely remarkable. She's doesn't get enough credit for it, I don't think.
Over 600 games for Australia.
Yeah, list of accolades as long as my arm, and bit of a legend down on the South Coast way as well, or in the Shoalhaven area. Shoalhaven Heads being her initial club. Her family, whole family there are very well known and a little bit famous at that club. They've got the Murphy Bar out the back, which is only partially named after her, mostly for her dad. Great part of the world.
Old Dicko's having a crack here. He's got Jason dancing. Got the wrong side of it and run out. May have got a one shot. Yeah. No, it's one to Corrimal. Oh, one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Put his finger up the wrong way.
Up. Just had a little joke with Tim. He's looked over and seen me go up, down. So that is an important shot, though. They've clawed one back. It's 11 the difference with 7 to go. So they're above the critical 1.5. But if they can win, say, 2 or 3 ends in a row, just get a little bit of momentum.
Oops, dipping the camera down. Sorry, everyone. Sometimes they shoot out a bit more quickly than I'd like. Looking over there, it's... I was about to say that Glenn Dixon's standing in front of the scoreboard, but it doesn't actually matter because it's on the screen, 12-3 over there. And 9-shot advantage to Soldiers Point.
Well, it's very similar standings. They both got 11 ends down. 7 to go. They're not quite into the same critical territory for the CMC, but they're at least 1 down the head. I think it's actually more than that. As it stands, Terry Antrim drawing to add another. I think they're 3 or 4 down. Oh, yep, they are. I'd say it's at least 4. Antrim's just trying to touch her.
Good shooting, Jason Pinnock.
Well, Simon Mitchell's gone the kill. And I think Shippo's bowl's run through to take the tee off that he's hit. So he did have the tee when he ran, but he's pumped Shippo's bowl onto that bowl and they're still down. And isn't it like that? When you're in front, things run with you.
That's it. When things go wrong, they really go wrong. So I'll just give you a quick view of that bowl as Jason Pinnock lines up. Looking pretty casual, the skips over there, actually. So this could be Jason's best end. If that one sits where I expect it to, yep, beautiful.
Well, important bowl here. Well, that is a clanger.
That is an absolute ripper. And just, I was saying it before, when you're up, you're up. And Jace had probably his best end of this game and still ended up on the wrong end of the scoreboard there.
Well, and importantly for the Hunters fans, Dorso's rolling the jack, so Simon Mitchell was able to convert with his final bowl of that end. And how good is he? Oh, he's popped
pretty
it
good.
right through.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty well executed. He just could not buy a result on that one. Forehand draw, wants to just get back to the white one behind the jack. And not a lot of value in trying to get too close. Doesn't want to fatten any target up either. Just wants to run and turn. Well, that's not too bad a home. Does mean that if Dicko plays the backhand and punches his own bowl on, he's got one catching out there. Wants to get a nice little crunch off that. He was wider than he wanted.
Interesting little scenario. There's a few things to
So Tim
to look at and a lot of risk.
Tim's statement there, it's all this way. Draw out, just beat your own. Can draw a shot in there, but more importantly, just load up that side of the head.
Yeah.
Because Glenn Dixon, he's got to try and change this head around.
Well, look, he's got, at the moment, it looks like 3, maybe 4 seconds. If he can somehow move that lead bowl from the Corrimal team, then Tim's bowl, then it's...
Well,
he hasn't played heavy.
I like his option here. If he can utilise that swing, he can trail that jack across and make a few.
He's got to get there.
He's got to be
close.
tight to do it. Well,
Fall. Oh, it's a shot. He's drawn the shot.
So what can Elsie do with his last one? I think it's important here for John to perhaps be a little cautious.
Well, he's got to understand the context. He's smart. Understand the context of the game. Going down one doesn't matter. You can almost let this go.
Well, it has got warmer because I've just taken the jacket off.
Yep. Well, it's and
now I just feel a tad cool because I'm used to it, but that's okay.
But as I'm saying, they can always declare the head here at one down. It's an unusual thing to do, but all it does is cost Yamber another end.
I don't think he will. I think he's going to play his backhand.
It's risky. Risk everywhere.
The danger would be that if he cuts the jack back. So if he's just a fraction wide, just get the edge of Glenn's last bowl, or the bowl near the centre line, and just roll his own over half a roll. He can also punch his own bowl onto the jack and push it right across to his orange bowl over the other side. That would be adventurous. So you see this wider line, he's just trying to get an eighth of a roll out of his own bowl, just enough to make it shot. And see his play. Yeah, that was a nice, safe effort.
It was safe.
He was not trying to do anything fancy, just try and get that Tim Kavanagh bowl over to be shot.
Yeah, well, once again, it's interesting to... I don't know. You're just running out. They're just running out of ends. Yammer's got a big effort. One shot in the context of the game is not.
They've got 6 ends to get 10 shots.
Exactly.
And that's a stretch.
Oh, we have an umpire's call for the jack length. Welcome Welcome to the game, the postman, Dave Sanson. Good to see you watching, mate. I'm calling the postman because he's literally my postman. Plays some ripper bowls too. While this measure's happening, it's the head at the other end. On the other green, rink.
So the umpire has the long tape. He's fixed to one end to the centre of the mat line from which all measurements are taken. He's just measured 21 metres from there, the minimum distance because of domestic regulation in Australia. And when he's popped the 21 down, it's about 30 centimetres beyond where the jack finished. So there we go. Jack is returned.
We didn't make guesses. We usually guess. I actually thought that was long enough.
Oh, we used to say, how would you like to face Brett Lee from there? And I'd say, well, that's 2 greens length and I'd still not be happy. I had the pleasure of facing someone bowling about 135, 140 playing cricket. And that was scary enough without getting up towards the 160. I faced a bowling machine set at 100 miles an hour, 160 kilometres. And it was like slapping a brick wall. It was not fun.
Has that wind shifted in completely opposite direction now, or am I getting optical illusions? No, that is.
It is different wind. It is turned a bit. It's more... Oh, I'm out of whack. We're playing north-south nominally. It's a little bit easterly, probably northeasterly.
So Jason's first bowl sitting in behind is probably a good one, actually.
For a reasonable start. The Yamber's in the point where short is nothing. Short are wasted.
Yep.
To be bluntly, brutally honest.
Oh, completely honest, yeah.
And normally any time a short bowl is almost wasted. If you're more than a foot short, you're probably not ever going to take part in the head apart from getting in someone's way, with the exception of the deliberate blocker.
So I'm very good at that. And deliberate blocker, you're still getting in someone's way.
That's my excuse.
Oh dear. Speaking
That
of
is
those
another
short bowls.
blocker. Your luck starts when you're up to the head.
John Walker saying Tim will have to thank Woonona Bowling Club for the use of their greens prior to these matches. We'll have to explain that one to me, John.
He's probably been up to Woonona for a roll-up.
Has Corrimal not had a green available?
Woonona's green's probably more matching of these.
Okay.
Trying to think of a delicate way to put it. The green at Corrimal we played Penance on was nowhere near this pace.
Understood.
They were turning a lot. It was quite a strange green, actually.
That sums up Jason's day, that one there, by the way. I think the majority of his ends have been one long, one short, and then one in the middle.
Well, that one's bowling to the Southern Cross.
He would definitely much prefer to be a little more consistent, I think.
You'd like the magnification on that Southern Cross to be a lot smaller.
Yeah. There we go.
It's not a bad effort from Tim either.
Shots there for Glenn on his forehand now, I think. But yeah, well, it looks a little different on the camera than it does live. I didn't actually look at the camera. I'm wearing my polarised sunglasses, and
the
I can't see the screens. It's the best way to put that.
The fat man's fishing for a shout out there. It was saying hello, so I'll say hello to the fat man.
Terry Seaton. Only Terry.
He's one of the John Hills fan club, I think, Terry. Look, to be honest, I'll be happy to see Halsey win in one way without being overly biased.
I never claim to be not biased. I'll never claim it. I'll always vote.
As I said before, that I wouldn't be upset to see any of these four teams go on and win it. I wouldn't have been upset to see any of the 8 teams in the quarters win it.
Yeah, good people around, aren't they? Good bowlers. Yeah. Good effort there by Glenn's. Good correction. I don't think it's in counts, though.
Well, they've played reasonably, but not been able to produce the shot that counts. I think that's a fair summary. I'm not being critical here. I just don't think that they've.
I don't think they'll be happy with the game. That's as simple as that. They're very good, very, very capable bowlers. As we know, having got to this position, they've just been off the game a little bit.
It seems to me one of those days where you're 3 bowls heavy or 2 bowls narrow, or then one's just that little bit wide, and you correct and you overcorrect.
But I don't think there's been any such problem for the Corrimal team of coming in strong. Oh, here we go. Look at this. There's that multiple.
There's your little bit of favour, a little bit of fortune.
Yeah, I think he did call it in that way.
You've given it a chance and it works. You're still relying on that.
Oh,
hitting it in the right spot.
Yeah.
But they're at the point where they've got no choice.
Yeah, play for the luck.
Well, there's a chance here to get all 3 of these. He wants to hit the inside of the one on the centre line.
Always out of his hand beautifully. There's Jack.
Oh.
And in the hole as well.
Unfortunately for John, the one he's chipped off has gone straight across, but he hasn't killed it. It's gone into the ditch, as you said.
Well, I think they're holding 2. Yep, blinder of a shot. Round of applause there from Jason.
Well, I was looking at the tee, and it didn't go out.
Yeah.
So we've got the umpire to come out and measure because it's a nice long one. And
trying to get an angle on that for you. There you go. One of the bit, but like I said, even one's hurt because if nothing else, it just takes an end off them. They can't afford to be dropping them at all. It's going to get close to impossible shortly. But well done, the Cougars. That was a ripper of a shot. Meanwhile, next door on the next rink. Hang on a sec. What are these? Glenn Dixon coming up to say hi. He's asking if we're finished yet. He's had enough.
give him a Band-Aid.
As long as he's still enjoying himself. One of the good blokes involved, Glenn Dixon, genuinely. Next door, a bit of a kick away here from Soldiers Point as well. 17-4 on that scoreboard.
Oh, it's almost Band-Aid time over there as well.
So the last, so a game that only had singles up into the 10th end, all of a sudden Soldiers Point scored a 4, a 3 and a 2 in the last 4 ends, and they've kicked away strongly.
Well, our estimated start time of final was 2 p.m. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to start a lot earlier than that.
I'll see by the time to get lunch. We don't want to delay it because they get the lunch on time. The club here is filling up as I'm watching all the people roll through.
That's 2 more to Corrimal. That'll take it out to 19-7 after 13 ends. 5 to go and 12's the difference. We're getting towards you need half the bowls to count on nearly every end. So it's getting troublesome.
So where am I at? Sorry, I've just been watching the other end and moving some things around. Andrew's just had to duck off for a second. And there he goes again. He's just been drilling that all day. Give that man a cookie. You'll be very proud of the way he plays this game, and the likelihood of them jumping into the final now is he's climbing all the time, and if he carries that form into the final, then, well, as we said, it looks like currently, if I had put my predictions on, if you're a betting man, you'd say it was going to be Soldiers Point versus Corrimal. Essentially Wollongong versus Newcastle, isn't it? I think. Someone said that to me the other day. It's the first time I'd ever heard that too. That New South Wales essentially stands for Newcastle, Sydney, Wollongong. I found that a bit rough. Not from being a bloke that lives out in the sticks. Great shot, Jason Pinnock. Oh, rolled the flat bowl up, rolled it back and knocked himself out a little bit. Probably deserved a bit more for that. That was a good shot. Another forehand shot. Timor, he cringed a bit as he let that one go. But his skipper's really happy. Calling it through, back to the tee. Yeah, good. Good bowling. Very good bowling. think Jace likes this one. He's interested in it, following it round. Jack pushes it through. Still one down. Well exposed, though. That's a really good shot by Jason Pinnock. As we said, he hasn't had the most consistent game, but every now and again you just see the excellence of his excellence in his quality, but the Corrimal guys have just had it over them so far. Nearly there, just running a little short, obviously. Oh, Clint Dixon just running you up a little bit more. The story of Dicko's day, I think. The poor man, he's he's doing it tough. They've had such a good run up to this point. And to make it into this semi-final was, the final 4 teams with over 40s was a big field from all around the state. And all of these teams should be really proud, and their clubs need to be proud of them as well. They've done an exceptional job. And, in this game, I think Corrimal's just outplayed them. And Andrew Lynn coming up and bringing me the goods. He's brought me a little drink. It's just a glass of soft drink. Where's Jack gone now?
Triple bourbon.
So let's see this properly. There we are. So Jack keeps getting kicked around. Yeah, another good one, another orange one there in the count.
Yeah, another good effort from John Hills.
Yeah, so 4 or 5 down at the moment, Jason's saying. Drop a number that big and that is game over.
Well, it would be mathematically possible.
Yeah.
Still, but
no idea. Play that with just no confidence there at all from Glenn, not his normal self.
Three gone already.
Yeah, I'm watching Jase kick him out with his feet and cringing. It always makes me nervous. I'd be moving around with my hands.
So tip if you are measuring, this one's probably right on the limit. If it's wider than your shoulders, you need help.
I just noticed that Glenn Dixon has commented on our Facebook feed. He's written help.
He's probably done that as he's putting the score in.
Oh, while they're waiting for the measure, actually, I think he's putting it on there. You flew a wanderer saying, good play. Yep, 4 to Corrimal there.
23.
23-7 with 4 ends to go.
So we're 16 shots to diff. We get a 3 on this end, and it's not even mathematically possible. It's game over. But I would say that unless Yamber win this end with a decent count, that the white flag will come out. Call it an honourable discharge or a dishonourable?
Oh,
I'd have to say it's honourable to get the semi-final, the State Over 40s pairs. We're coming to you live from Club Grandviews, and just a reminder, we will be back again this afternoon, probably in about 3/4 of an hour after we finish. We do have to give the other game time to finish, but it's getting to the point where...
Yeah, same as you.
Where one team will definitely be gone.
Well, look, we have 4 quality teams in these semi-finals, and frankly, right now, the cream is rising right to the top. Didn't expect even one fairly big blowout, let alone 2, and that's where we're at.
Well, I can tell you the other side is now white flag time. Terry Antrim hasn't even played his last bowl. They've declared that head. And whatever the result was, they've said, that'll do us. Yep. Stem the bleeding.
That's it. So they've stopped Soldiers Point. They've made their way through to the final. Shippo gets a shot at the title, which I think will make a few of the people around up that Newcastle area pretty happy. And now we're just watching for the...
Well, I think we're going through a formality here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never say never, because as soon as we do say the game's over, doesn't happen. No, there was no footy finals.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about what Fleur just said there. I don't know about it anyway. I didn't actually see the NRL Grand Final this year. Oh, Jason, nearly.
Well, it's been the day where the Yamber boys have just not quite fired to their potential.
And I'd agree with that. They're fantastic bowlers and they deserve to be here, but they're just, this final, they just haven't seen it.
And I think they'd also be disappointed to have done it on a camera game.
That's it, cop that. They called everyone as soon as they found out they're on the TV ring. They called everyone to make sure they were watching, and maybe now they wish they hadn't.
I've had someone say to me once, I'm disappointed I played Sugar, but I'm even more disappointed that I played Sugar on the cameras for everyone to see in perpetuity.
In perpetuity, that's it. So that's it. We're just watching now.
Once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah, we don't delete or archive any of our videos, so you can go back and watch the replays whenever you want.
And there's some cracking games in amongst there that you can go back and watch.
Not wrong. Bang.
And straight back to Johnny Hill's bowl.
I said it before, this is just the story of Dicko's day. He shakes his head. Real wry smile times happening over here.
He couldn't win second prize in a beauty competition at the moment, I think.
Well, he's competing against the male model from McLean. He's always going to be in trouble.
More a reference to playing Monopoly, where you'd pick up the go to jail card, not the decent one. Well, he's again given it a fair shake, but just going to flop around and. I'll make a big call. This is the second last bowl of this game. It's not a real big call, but...
Yeah.
And again, what is it? In number 15, 3 to go after this.
Melissa Morris saying, still proud of our Yamber boys, and as well you should, Mel. And everyone up there, making this semi-final was no easy task, and they've done it with absolute aplomb.
And they need 2 6s and a 5 if they don't convert on this.
Which is
just to play an extra end.
Just out there shaking hands now.
So I'd expect us to be back out around about the 1:30 mark.
Yep.
So keep an eye on your feed to pop up from about 1:30. We'll be back with the 2023-24 New South Wales State Over 40s Pairs Final, coming to you live from Club Grandviews.
Club Grandviews, yeah.
Not Club Grandviews. Club Grandviews.
And you see
and it's Soldiers Point and Corrimal.
Correct. Soldiers Point, Corrimal in the final very soon. On your Facebook feeds, on your screen while you're watching Bathurst, make sure you're watching with us this afternoon. There's nothing to distract you from the feeds over at Bowls Australia in Perth. So it's us right here. Newcastle versus Wollongong, Corrimal versus Soldiers Point. Can't wait to see you then.
It's the Steel City versus the no longer Steel City.
Exactly right.
See you then.